I just wanted my potatoes to be international, so I just got the portal from New York to Dublin shut down. I thought the people of Dublin deserved to see 2 New York homegrown potatoes.
Who doesn't love boobs? I'm sure you love boobs, Piers.
Why would you call them potatoes, knowing how much the Irish love potatoes?
The people that found it insensitive and inappropriate probably never get laid. I have no shame at all. I made $100,000 in a week.
What reaction have you had from your own family?
It really doesn't bother them that I know of.
Okay, well, let's find out if it bothers them, because I've actually got your mother, Susan Lockner, joining us. Were you, as her mother, offended by it? When artist Benediktas Gylys came up with the idea of a real-time visual portal between Dublin and New York, his intention was to unify cultures and show that distance cannot divide us. And for a while it worked. "We see a lot of love, light and smiles," he said in an early interview. There was even a successful marriage proposal. But these days it seems nothing good lasts for very long. Citizens of both great cities began doing various inappropriate things that were, well, not exactly in the spirit of the installation. This culminated in the OnlyFans model from New York brazenly flashing at her Irish counterparts, an incident which went viral and led to the temporary closure of the portal. It's now reopened, but with limited operating hours and strict on-site security, all of which leads to the question: is absolutely nothing safe from a generation's insatiable thirst for attention and digital clout? Well, who better to ask than the woman who turned the portal of hope into the portal of shame? Joining me now is the OnlyFans model and public flasher, Ava Louise. Well, Ava, welcome to Uncensored.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Well, a pleasure. My first question is, why did you do it?
Well, I did it because I have an OnlyFans and I thought it was a great way to market my OnlyFans.
So you had no degree of shame. It was a marketing ploy.
Yeah, I have no shame at all. I made $100,000 in a week. What other 25-year-olds making $100,000 in a week?
And so that's your only motivation. You didn't care that you may have embarrassed your country?
I think Americans do way worse than show their boobs. Who doesn't love boobs? I'm sure you love boobs, Pierce. I love boobs. It's just a pair of nice boobs. Yeah, it's not that offensive.
Well, no, it's nothing about the quality of your own cleavage. It's about where you showed them. When you have children looking, you have elderly people, you have in Ireland, of course, nuns, priests. Did none of that cross your mind, that they may not all be as receptive to your boobs as everybody else?
Well, you know what? There were no kids that I could see, and everyone seemed to really enjoy it. I could care less, Piers. I really didn't care. It's just a great pair of boobs that I wanted to share with the world.
Right. The installer said the intention was to bring people together from different cultures and ways of life together in order to break the narratives of separation and conflict. Do you feel you've contributed towards that?
I absolutely think I contributed towards that. Again, who doesn't love boobs, especially American ones?
But your explanation when you were asked about it, you said, I just wanted my potatoes to be international, so I just got the portal from New York to Dublin shut down. I thought the people of Dublin deserved to see 2 New York homegrown potatoes.
Well, I gotta be honest with you, they're not homegrown, they are plastic. But, you know, I really thought, you know, the people of Dublin enjoyed it. The media seemed to enjoy it. Everyone seemed to like it.
Well,
so I don't know why they shut the portal down.
Some people enjoyed it and some people thought it was disgusting and insensitive and inappropriate.
Well, you know what? I think the people that found it insensitive and inappropriate probably don't get to see nice boobs, and they probably never get laid, if I'm going to be honest.
Why would you call them potatoes, knowing how much the Irish love potatoes?
Well, you know what? They like potatoes. Potatoes are a big part of their country, right? Didn't they have the famine or something? So I labeled my boobs as potatoes. They're just 2 potatoes right here.
Right. No, I can see them. What reaction have you had from your own family?
Well, you know, my mom and dad haven't always been comfortable with the fact that I have an OnlyFans page, but they've learned to accept it. You know, Ava flashing her boobs to the portal is just a regular Tuesday for me. They're pretty used to it. You know, my mom and dad are proud of how much money I make. It It really doesn't bother them that I know of.
Okay, well, let's find out if it bothers them, because I've actually got your mother, Susan Lockner, joining us. Hi, Susan.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. Welcome to Uncensored. It feels a little, look, let me not be hypocritical here. I have no personal issue with women's breasts being exposed, right? It's where they expose them and how, and people who may not actually be appropriate to see this. And one of the problems I think everyone had with this, it was a very well-intentioned installation. Suddenly your daughter's there flashing her breasts, and a lot of elderly people, religious people, young people were offended by it. Were you, as her mother, offended by it?
I was not. And I'll tell you why. Where were all these people when she was growing up? I have been let down by a liberal school system, by a country that doesn't give her job opportunities. A smart, beautiful girl like her can't even go to a corporation and find a job thanks to our administration. Thanks to COVID lockdown, OnlyFans is a real force in this country. I think that Ava is just responding to what she's given. I am proud of her. I'm proud of her because she's learned a way to make a living here in this very strange world.
But, you know, I suppose what I would say is this. I come from a generation where to be on a national stage or international stage for any reason was normally precipitated by a talent. You know, you'd be a great entertainer, you'd be a great sporting figure, a great politician, a great scientist, a great whatever. The idea that you can now become famous, as Ava has done, infamous if you like, just by flashing on a public portal. If I was her parent, I don't think I'd be that proud of that. I mean, I understand your argument that the system may have let her down and she hasn't got a better job, but really just stripping in public like that for just a bit of clout, a few followers, a bit of cash. Are you, as a mother, completely happy about that?
No, of course not. I mean, I would love for her to meet someone in finance, be married, have a white picket fence anymore. They just aren't. And
I'm way too hot
the way
to work
she does
in
things is smart. Well, I just thought it was smart and funny. If you take away the fact that she's my daughter and the shame in that, because again, they're not proud parenting moments, but the whole idea when she did it and the money she made, I just think it was smart. It's not a dumb girl you're dealing with here at all. She was a straight A student, very intelligent.
Really?
College was a snap for her. She, yeah.
You see,
and I think.
Let me ask Ava. You see,
ahead.
it seems to me your mother's being a great, loyal mother, defending you. But when I really pushed her a bit, there's no actual sense of great pride here. She would much rather you had used your obviously formidable brain power to do something a little bit more sophisticated and impressive and talented than flashing your breasts in public.
Piers, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a Jersey girl. I'm New Jersey trash. I have no interest in being sophisticated and having a job in finance. I'm a hot girl with great boobs, and I make a hell of a lot more money showing these boobs to people than I would if I was a doctor. So what am I to choose, right? I go have a job as a doctor.
What about integrity?
I'm making 80 grand a year.
What about
over here making $1 million
Ava?
a year.
I mean, if I was, sorry, but if this was my daughter saying, I'm New Jersey trash, I don't care, I didn't want a proper job,
Well,
I'm earning all this money.
From Jersey.
Susan, let me bring you back in. Come on. Susan, come on. You're not happy hearing your daughter say, I'm New Jersey trash. Is that what you invested all your time and effort bringing up for?
You just have to be from Jersey. We're a little different of a crowd there. Our friend, Donald Trump, he also kind of runs at the mouth. We all kind of do. We're all a little bit, our culture is a little different. And we have a sense of humor that tends to shock people. I think when
I love New Jersey people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was young once too. And you'd be surprised, Piers. There's probably a lot more in common that Ava and I have. But I don't love it, but I also don't begrudge her some fun, a smile on her face. Like I said, this isn't a fun world for a young person right now, especially one that was brought up with a phone and with access to sex all day long. I mean, this in high school and middle school, they taught them things, and she's been exposed from a young age, and this didn't come from my house. And so I'm battling something that I can't battle. I'm proud of her because I love her, and she's my daughter. I'll always be proud of her. She's not killing anybody. She had a bit of fun, her and her boyfriend. And
so here's the thing, Susan. I think you're a really decent person, right? You just come across as very open, very honest, very intelligent, very thoughtful about this. And I think underneath Ava's Jersey trash claim is a very smart, beautiful young woman who honestly is just being led down a weird rabbit hole of thinking the only thing she can do to be successful in life and earn money is flash her breasts around in public. And I find that a little bit dispiriting.
Let me correct you, Piers. I don't think it's the only way for me to make money, but it's a damn great way to make money. Okay? I'm making 6 figures a month. I get to live in a beautiful apartment. I have freedom all day, every day. I don't have to report to a 9 to 5. I don't have a boss. I just have to take a couple pictures. Yeah, but hang on,
you're conflating two things. You're conflating two things. OnlyFans is fine. I've got no problem with OnlyFans, right? OnlyFans people pay, and then they can get your pictures or whatever it is you give them. Right? That's fine. That's a contractual arrangement between you and them.
I give them everything.
Right? I'm not talking about that. You can give them whatever you want. I don't care. Right? I'm not a prude. I'm talking about what you did in public to something which was actually bringing two great countries together, where a lot of pride from the people who installed it, and a belief they were going to bring, as they said, bringing two different cultures together.
Take it all day long.
Well, my point is, though, you kind of ruined it, Ava. You sullied it.
Oh, who cares? They shut it down for 1 week and they reopened it. I didn't ruin it. And let's be honest here. OnlyFans isn't as easy as, it's taking a picture of your boobs and posting it on your page and making money. You got to be good at marketing yourself. And that was a perfect opportunity for me to show up and market myself, market the assets that I'm selling to make a living, and make an insane amount of money. I made $100,000 in a week. Name one other job that a 25-year-old could be doing making $100,000 in a week. All I had to do was flash my boobs. It's genius.
I congratulate you on making that money. I'm sure every good-looking woman in the world could do the same with a little bit of your chutzpah. I don't dispute that.
But you know what? Those other good-looking women don't have the balls to do what I did. It took balls.
That may well be true.
It took balls to go.
That may well be true. Listen, we're taking a live shot now. Well, we're looking at live pictures now of the portal. Everyone seems to be fully dressed, from what I can make out. They're all waving at each other. This is from Dublin. This is from New York to Dublin. So it's a very cool thing, a great piece of art. And so far, when you look at this, Ava, when you see happy families of all ages, old, young, and all these Irish people and American people coming together, as the installer said, different cultures and ways of life to break the narratives of separation and conflict. Does not a little tiny part of you have a slither of regret that you reduced it to a large image of your memories?
Absolutely none. Nope, don't care.
Okay.
If they shut the portal down forever, whatever, it's still worth it to me. I know that sounds selfish.
It does.
I know that sounds selfish.
It does.
But, I made a lot of money and I have really great boobs and I'm really happy. And, if it took ruining a portal for me to do that, whatever. And I know that makes me sound horrible, but I'm just a girl.
Well, it does make you sound horrible, I'm afraid, Ava, but it's good to talk to you. And your mother, who isn't horrible, and I suspect slightly shuddered.
Oh, but Piers, she's not horrible, Piers.
Exactly. You see, Mum, you don't like what she's saying here. I know you don't. A little part of you's like, Piers has got a point. Do it on OnlyFans. It's fine. It's a contract.
I think you do, but I also saw what the people in Dublin were doing at night after they went to the pubs, and they were, mooning everyone in the portal. And part of me just wants to just crack the hell up. I think this is hysterical. I think she's hysterical sometimes, and I thought what they were doing was hysterical. I don't know why anyone thought this would be some family thing when it's nighttime in Dublin and the people have been drinking and they're walking past the portal and they're doing all kinds of. One guy was doing coke.
Yeah, Piers.
I mean, you can't just blame the American
side. They showed photos of the Twin Towers.
No, I know. Some people have done disgusting things. I know.
They showed of 9/11. So I showed them my Twin Towers back. Like, come on, this isn't just me. Mine might have been the best because, again, who doesn't love boobs? But come on. It wasn't just me.
We're going to go back to the portal.
We've all been having fun with it.
Hang on, because we're going to go back to the portal for a moment. Now, that's what you want to see. It's a picture of me. I think that could unite both countries through this difficult time. Ava, listen, you are entitled to lead your life any way you see fit. I'm not prudish about your OnlyFans account. That's entirely down to you. I'm sure business will be booming after this. But your mum, Susan...
Oh, business is booming.
Your mum, Susan, trust me.
I think if you
Trust me, your mother
should...
would like you someday, before too long, to get a proper job that makes her properly proud, wouldn't you, Susan?
Well, I just think the portal should be in a different state than New York or New Jersey type area, because you're just going to get a lot of this sarcastic humor. You know, I mean, it's just going to be, put it in Kansas and maybe you might get what you want, the little farm family standing there waving. I don't know.
Mom, do you want me to get a proper job?
Listen, I want you to live your life and I want you to be happy, because that's my number one priority, is that she's happy. I'm glad she had a smile on her face, and hey, she made it on the Piers Morgan show. You know, all the other stuff, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, that wasn't actually answering her question, Susan. Would you like her to get a proper job?
No.
Susan,
I don't know if she could at this point.
Susan, parent to parent, come on.
I'd love for her to get married. Sure. I mean, once she's done and she's ready to be boring or bored, I think that's fine.
And Ava, if your mother decided to go and show her hot potatoes on the portal, how would you feel about that?
I would think it was great.
It wouldn't be the Piers Morgan show.
I would think it was awesome. Piers Morgan.
You think it'd be awesome?
I would think it was great if my mom wanted to show her boobs. I think more women should want to show their boobs. Like, come on, like, men can walk around shirtless everywhere. Why is it such a crime if a woman pulls out her boobs?
If I showed various parts of my anatomy on the portal, I'd probably be arrested.
It's legal in New York to be topless.
Why can't it be legal for women?
It's legal, I think, for women to be topless in New York.
Listen, you both put up a valiant fight, but I suspect if we took this to Dr. Phil for a couple of hours, by the end of it, Susan, you would admit, no, Ava, get a proper job.
Years. This is supposed to be funny, no? Aren't you supposed to laugh a little and have a little fun?
It's kind of, you know what? I'm slightly torn, if I'm honest with you. I don't want to be taking it too seriously. It's sort of, listen, I'll laugh at stuff like that. But when I actually thought about it, it is a pretty special, unique thing they've created there. And all the intentions were that it would bring two countries together and be a cultural thing to be proud of, show off the best of the countries. And I'm not entirely sure, Ava, with all due respect to you, that you flashing your boobs is quite what they had in mind. And I'm not quite sure that it's the cultural unifying thing that you may have thought it was. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just getting too old.
You know what?
It's not 1953.
If they wanted to see the best of the country, they got it right here. This was the best of America. These are the best boobs in America. And now they are the most famous boobs in the entire world. And Dublin was blessed to see them.
You know what? You're probably...
I think I represented America great.
Disappointingly, Ava, you're probably right. But I've got to leave it there. Ava, Susan, thank you for being on Uncensored.
Of course.
Hi, Ava. Hi, Ava.
Bye. Bye.